In this video, we are going to look at the Poisson distribution. The formula for calculating the distribution, if you want to use the Poisson distribution, is given by this. Now we are going to define each of the terms in the, or each of the parameters in the formula. Now P means the probability, while X is a random variable. So the probability of finding the random variable is equal to lambda raised to the power of X, where lambda is our mean value. Our E has a value. Are we getting it? We are going to look at the value of what? E, and then X is the random variable in question. X is the random variable in question. Now we know what S factorial means you should multiply X like that. So this is the random variable. So we have E. Now what is the value of E? Now if this is our calculator, our E has the value. If you press shift and the natural logarithm, sorry about that. Now in your calculator, if you press shift and the natural logarithm of 1, it will give you the E value. The E value is 2.7182. Are we getting it now? That is our E value, and we are going to be using this to solve various questions. E is 2.7182. 2.7182. So our E is equal to 2.7182. That's our E. 2.7182 from your calculator. Now let's solve questions that involve this. Now if you are given, for instance, they gave you, suppose there is an average of 4 suicides per year. It means our mean average of how many suicides per year? 4 per 8,000 population. Now the population given to you is how many thousand? 8,000 or 80,000 rather population. In a colony of 160,000, you have another one. So let's say this is our P1, is this. Our P2 will be equals to what? 1,160,000. Find the probability that in a given year there are no deaths. It means the random variable we are asked to find, S, here is what? 0. Now, but they gave you 2 population, but the mean for the first one was 4. So we need to find the mean for the second one. The mean for the second one can be gotten using the formula. The formula is, let's use normal ratio or standard. If the mean, which is 4, average is for 80,000 population, therefore the mean for 160,000 will be equals to what? This. So we can cross multiply, and this will be what? 160,000 times 4 times what? 80,000 times what? Lambda. So our new lambda will now be equals to what? This will be, okay, here is supposed to be equal to, so let's change this to equal to. So this equal to this. So this will be equals to what? 1,600 times 4, 160,000 times 4 divided by 80,000 in order for us to get our lambda. Divided by 80,000 in order for us to get our lambda. So what will be our lambda? This will be equals to what? Lambda. What will be our lambda? This cancel this. I think here will be what? 2. So 2 times 4. Our lambda now, which is our new lambda, will be equals to what? 2 times 4. And this is equals to what? 8. We can also use this formula P1 over P2 is equals to lambda 1 over what? Lambda 2. Now our P1 is the first population, which is what? 80,000. Our P2 is in order, which is 1,000 what? 160 what? Thousand. Is equals to lambda 1. The first lambda is what? The first lambda is 4 average all over. The second lambda is unknown. So at this point in time, we can cross multiply, and this will be lambda times what? Times 80,000 is equals to 4 times 160,000. And dividing both sides by 80,000. Dividing both sides by 80,000. What will now be our lambda? Our lambda will be equal to, when this cancels this, gives us 2. 4 times 2 will give us what? 8. So whichever approach you want to use, you can still get your what? Lambda. Are we getting that? So now, what is the formula? The formula states that our P of S, capital letter S as the random variable, this will be equals to lambda raised to the power of S E minus lambda all over S factorial. So substituting this into the equation, where is our lambda? Our lambda is equal to 8. So this is 8. Now in this case, first of all, what will be our S? S is equals to what? 0, because they say no debt for the first case. No debt. So our S is equals to 0. So this is 8 raised to the power of 0 times, then what do we have? Our E raised to the power of minus 8 divided by 0 factorial. We can easily use our calculator to get this answer by doing this. Now, if we want to use our calculator to get this answer, what do we need to do? First of all, we press this symbol here, which is the fractional symbol, and then put 8 raised to the power of what? 0. Are we getting it? Then come down times, then we have E. E can be got to by shift, then the natural logarithm will give us E raised to the power of what? Minus 8. Then you come down, raised to the power of minus 8, not 8 square. E raised to the power of minus 8. Then you come down and then you put 0 factorial, which is shift of factorial. So you see that basically we can type everything on the calculator, and this will give us the answer. The answer we got there is 3.354 times 10 raised to the power of minus 4. 3.354 times 10 raised to the power of minus 4. And that will be equals to 0.00035 or 3.354, which we can say is 3.354 times 10 raised to the power of minus times 10 raised to the power of, times 10 raised to the power of minus 4. Okay, so that is the answer to that question, 0.003354. That is for part 1. Now part 2 is at least 4 dates. Now we can write out our parameters. Now we know that our lambda is equals to what? 8. If our lambda is equals to 8, now for at least 4 dates, it means probability at least 4 dates. So we can say at least 4 dates is equal to probability of 0 deaths plus the probability of this probability. So let's take this out. So probability of 0 death plus probability of 1 death plus the probability of 2 plus the probability of 3 plus the probability of what? 4 deaths. Are we getting it now? So let's look for each of them. Now we've already gotten the probability of 0 deaths to be what? To be 0.00. There we have another 0, 3354. 3354. Now the probability of one debt, which is P of 1, will be equals to lambda raised to the power of s e raised to the power of minus lambda all over, then we have s lambda. And this will be equals to, where's our lambda? 8. Where's our s? 1. E raised to the power of minus 8 all over 1 factorial. Of course, we know how to press this in our calculator now. Now, this will give us 0.002684. The next one is probability that 1 will die is equal to, or probability of 1 suicide per year, this e raised to the power of minus what? Lambda all over s lambda, and that is equals to a. Okay, this is for 2, which is square e raised to the power of minus 8 all over 2 factorial. When you punch this in your calculator, you are going to have 0.0107. The next one is the probability of 3. Now that will give us 8, or let's 8 raised to the power, or let's write the formula first as the tradition is. S 8, then we have minus what? Lambda all over s factorial, and this is equal to 8 raised to the power of 3 times e raised to the power of minus 8 divided by what? 3 factorial, and this will give us 0.0286. And finally, the probability of forced suicide in a year will be equals to, where's the formula? Lambda raised to the power of what? X e raised to the power of lambda all over what? X factorial, and that will give us, where's our lambda? 8 raised to the power of lambda s is what? 4, then e raised to the power of minus what? 8 all over 4 factorial. If you punch this in your calculator, you are going to have 0.0572. So overall, what are we going to have? The probability of at least 4 deaths is, we say we can get it by summing everything. So if we sum everything, probability of 1, which is of 0 rather, which starts with 0. What? 0.003354 plus the probability of 1, 0.002684 plus the probability of 2, 0.0107 plus the probability of 3, 0.0286 plus the probability of 4, which is 0.0572. 0.0572. Sorry for that. And finally, this will give us 0.0888. So this is the probability that at least there will be 4 deaths in a year. Now let's check our answers with the calculator. Let's try it again. Now let's try for each of them. We have the first one for this. This will be what? 8 raised to the power of 1, which is 8 raised to the power of 1. Then we have times, this is e raised to the power of minus 8. So I'm showing you how to do that with the calculator now. All over 1 factorial. Factorial is shift inverse of s raised to the power of 1. And that gives us this answer, which is correct. Okay? Which is very, very correct. Now the next one is, let's try the next one. For 2, we have the fractional form. Then we have 8 squared times e raised to the power of minus 8, then divided by 2, which is factorial, 2 factorial. And that will give us this answer, which is very, very correct. Now, for the third one, it's 8 raised to the power of what? 3. Then we have times e raised to the power of minus 8 divided by 3 shift, then we have factorial, 3 factorial, and this is 0.0286. And then we have the last one, which is 8 raised to the power of what? 4 times e raised to the power of minus 8 divided by 4 factorial, and that gave us this. So when we added everything together, this, which is this one, plus the previous one, which is 0.003354 plus 0.002684 plus 0.0107 plus 0.28, okay, 0.0286. What will be the answer? Okay, our answer gave us this. Can I try again? Let me try it again. 0.003354 plus 0.002684 plus 0.0107 plus 0.286 0286 plus 0.057574. What will be the answer? Okay, he gave me again. So the correct answer to this question is 0.0997, which is 0.099. So we have it as 0.099, not this. So this gives us 0.0997, something like this. So that is the solution to this question. Okay, let's look at the uniform distribution. Now the uniform distribution is given by the formula. The formula for the uniform distribution, there is no particular formula, but the graph of the uniform distribution is this. This is the graph of the uniform distribution. Now in this graph, A and B is our what? Interval usually given. A and B is our what? Interval usually given. Now f of x is the function. Are we getting this now? Is the function, which is also the word, the PDF, and it is uniform. That is why it is straight. Are we getting it? And when we say something is uniform, for instance, uniform acceleration, it means there is no change. The way it started, that is how it ended. Now you should know that the area under the uniform graph is what? 1. The area. Now what shape does this form? Of course we know that this forms a what? A rectangle. Now where's the area of a rectangle? Area of a rectangle is what? Length times breadth, of course. Now what is our length? Of course we know that our length in this case is the, let's take this as our length and take this as our breadth. Where's our length now? Or let's say this is our breadth, this is our length. Now where's our length? Our length is what? F of x. And what is our breadth? Our breadth is the distance from here to here. Now the distance from here to here is given by what? B minus A. That is the distance from here to here. So we can say that our breadth is what? B minus A. Now we said that our A, which is the area, which is length times breadth, must be equals to what? 1 for a uniform distribution. So in this case, what do? We multiply, we substitute into the equation. So this is going to give us our length is f of s, and our breadth is what? B minus a. Everything must be equals to 1. If we make f of s equal to the formula, what are we going to get? We get what? B. We divide both sides by b minus a, and then what? B minus a. Are we getting it? So b minus a cancels b minus a, and our f of s is equal to 1 all over b minus a. Now this f of s, which equals to 1 over b minus a, is our PDF, probability distribution function, and that is given as what? F of s. The function itself, probability distribution function, is what? 1 all over b minus a, where a is the interval, that is a and b are the interval given. Now, having known this, let's solve this question together. The question says you should that you should suppose that s is a continuous random variable assuming values in the interval. The interval given is what? 0 and what? 4. It means our a is 0 and our b is what? 4. So we can write that out here. A is 0, b is equals to 4. Now, you are asked to find the PDF. To find the PDF, we say the PDF is what? 1 all over b minus a. So our PDF is equal to 1 all over, where's our b? Is 4 minus 0. So this equals to 1 over 4. So our PDF is equal to 1 over 4. Are we getting it? That's our PDF. Now the next thing we are asked is to find the variance. What is the variance? Now the variance is given by the formula 1 all over, the variance is given by 1 all over 12. This is a bit too long. So the variance is given by the formula 1 over 12, then 1 over 12 bracket b minus a square. Are we getting it? That is the variance. Now this will be equal to, if you substitute in our parameters, 1 over 12 bracket what? B is 4 minus a is 0 square. And if I take it up a little bit here, so this becomes 1 over 12 bracket 4 minus 0 is what? 4 squared. And this will be 1 over 12 times 4 squared is what? 16. So this becomes 1 times 16 is 16 over 12. And 16 over 12 will give us the answer, which is 1.33. So our variance is equal to 1.33. That's our variance, 1.33. Now, have we gotten the variance as 1.33? The next thing that we need to calculate is the mean. We are asked to find the mean first. Sorry. So our mean will be what? Our mean is usually a plus b divided by 2. That's the formula for the mean. It's also equal to the mode. So in case we are asked to find the mode, the mean is equal to the mode, and the mean is equal to a plus what? B over 2. So this will be equals to, where's our a is 0 plus, where's our b is what? 4 over 2. This is equals to what? 4 divided by 2, and 4 divided by 2 is what? 2. So our mean is equal to 2. Are we getting it? We are clear on that. Now, you now have a question that says, find the probability at the interval. Let me quickly erase this so that we can see some space to solve that question. Find the probability at the interval. The interval was given to you. 1 less than or equal to x, and x less than or equal to 3. Now, before we can provide solution to this question, we should come back to this graph again. Now, the interval, x is greater than 1 or equal to, it will be somewhere around here. If here is 1, are we getting it? That interval, because initially the interval was given between 0 and what? 4. So 1 should be somewhere around here, right? Yes. Now the next one is 3, between 3 and 4. Now, if s is less than or equal to 4, it means s should be, 3 rather, it means s should be somewhere around here because it's not up to what? 4. So s should be somewhere around here. Now, The probability of the function is usually the area under the what? Curve. It's usually the area. Now, the area, we can get it by what? It's still also a what? A rectangle. And the area of a rectangle is what? The area is equals to length times breadth. What is our length? F of s, right? So our area, which is the probability, so we can take it, the probability of the interval given 1 less than or equal to s less than or equal to 3 will be equal to, what is our L? F of what? X, isn't it? F of s. That is our length. What is our breadth? B minus, which is 3 minus what? 1, because that is the distance. For this particular triangle, let me use another pen to draw it so that you will see it clearly. This is the new triangle equation. For this particular triangle, our breadth is 3 minus 1 and our length is still f of what? S. So this becomes 3 minus 1. And this will be f of s, the probability, if we take it down, f of s times 3 minus 1 is what? 2. F of s is what? Our f of s, we said, is our PDF. We wrote it down the other time. PDF is what? 1 over 4, isn't it? That was what we calculated as our PDF. So our f of s, which is equals to PDF, so we say PDF is equal to f of s, is 1 over 4 times 2. And this cancel this. Our answer will be what? 1. 2 going to here is 2. So 1 over 2. So the range or the interval between these is what? 1 over 2. And that is the solution to this question. Thank you for your time.